Okay, started. So we'd like to start by asking you to say your name.
Oh,
just
yes.
makes it easier.
Sure. Walter Gottlieb, and it's spelled Walter normal spelling, G-O-T-T as in Tom, L-I-E-B as in Bob.
Okay, thank you, Walter.
Sure.
And are you one of the producers of this show tonight?
No,
No, okay, you just happen to be performing tonight?
I'm a comic on this lineup.
Okay, all right. And actually, you and I were in the same virtual class with Dan Vetrano doing the crowd work, by the way.
What's your name?
Cheryl M.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
That was a great class. Dan's
yeah,
great.
Yeah. So thank you for performing tonight. Thought you were very funny.
Thank
and can you tell us a little bit about your journey into comedy, how you got into it?
Yeah. I'd always imagined myself doing stand-up comedy, but I never really had the nerve until I was in my 50s, and an idea for a joke came to me, and I was like, maybe I could do this.
Yeah.
So I wrote a set, and I got up on stage for the first time, and it went really well. Never did that joke, though.
Never did the first one that you tried?
I never did the first joke that I wrote in my head because I decided it wouldn't work.
Oh, okay.
And that's called judgment.
So how long have you been doing it then?
I have been doing comedy for 2.5 years. I started in May of 2019.
Wow, you've made a lot of progress in a short amount of time. Seems like.
I have come a long way in a short amount of time, and I think having been sort of an amateur actor and singer and performer all my life helped.
Oh, really?
Just because
Okay.
that solves the stage presence part and the part about not being as nervous. So the rest is the writing and the comedy performance, which is a big job.
Right, yeah, okay. And you in DC area based performer?
Yes, I'm based in Silver Spring, Maryland. I
Okay.
grew up in Washington, D.C. and Silver Spring and have been here most of my life.
Okay. And how would you describe the DC comedy scene?
The DC comedy scene is starting to come back from the pandemic. Let me start again. Do you want that, or is it going to date it too much?
No, he actually likes COVID stuff.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
The DC comedy scene was thriving before the pandemic. It's starting to come back, maybe not as quickly as in LA or New York, but it's coming back, and it's a great thing to see. And the DC comedy community has a lot of different bubbles in it and groups in it, and it's really interesting and it's really fun.
Okay. Do you have any particular other performers who inspire you who are on the DC scene?
I don't think I want to single anybody out.
Okay. Okay. And let's see. I should get John. Hey, John. Do you want to? I'm sorry. Ask some questions. You talked about COVID and the
Has she asked you who?
Yes. He doesn't want to name them.
Well, I found that not strange, a good question, but I didn't know whether I want to name names in this scene and play favorites. And
No, that's fine.
I could start talking about my own influences, but that's not what you're getting at.
Do you remember the day that you said to yourself, I'm going to get on stage and turn myself into a comic?
Yeah, I mean, I can phrase it that way.
No.
Let me do a soundbite where I do it that way.
Do whatever you want.
Okay. I remember the day.
I'm sorry. Go on.
I remember the day when I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to finally get on stage and do comedy. And that was, I was taking a bike ride in Sligo Creek Park in Silver Spring, and an idea for a joke came to me, and I'm like, that could actually work. So I got up on stage for the first time, did really well, did a 3-minute set, never used that joke, though. I didn't think it would work.
Okay.
Do you want me to say anything else about the DC scene, or?
Say whatever you would like. Don't feel any qualms. Just be very naturalistic. I know you're a perfectionist because you do your documentaries yourself. But we're just trying to get
Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm.
off the cuff shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Who do you really hate?
No, the DC comedy scene is interesting. It was an interesting scene to be born into, as a comic, there was, before the pandemic, just a ton of activity, open mics and showcases. And it's not just DC, it's Maryland and Virginia and people going down to Richmond and up to Baltimore. And I feel like now that we're coming back from the pandemic, there are a lot of opportunities for me to explore. I haven't been up to Baltimore yet. I haven't been down to Richmond. I'm trying to hit every place I can in between. There's just so much going on. It's very competitive. And, you know, you have to be on your game and you have to get yourself out there a lot.
So what's your ambition? Do you have a long-term plan for your comedy?
Yeah. I'm not trying to be famous as a comic. I also realize I'm of an advanced age for a comic, so my expectations are realistic. I would like to continue to get better. I would like it to be an awesome sideline for me. If I ever do get to retire, if I can afford it, I would love to do comedy, both for fun and to bring in some income. So we'll see. But no aspirations to be super famous or super successful at it. I just want to be good.
Okay. All right. I think we're good. Thank you
Okay.
very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Walter.
Good job. Good job.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.